Yo, man, what's poppin'? It's your boy Tay the Goat on the Creative Plane. Want to explain something real quick. Um, when you're creating something, when you're doing something, you can't let other people's opinions uh dictate too much of what you think of yourself. You gotta know thyself. It's so important. Every ancient text says to know thyself. You can't take nobody's opinion too seriously. People, imagine somebody that doesn't even know who they is saying something about you and you're taking that serious. Doesn't make sense. You gotta know who you is and be able to be the best form of yourself that you know is capable of. Most of us, I don't even know, like, I know I felt how great I could become. I felt my greatness before. I mean, and sometimes that stuff can get to you when you know you're not living up to your highest potential type shit, So you gotta understand who you is and be able to put yourself in that being that you know you could be, whether what's around you believes it or not. No matter what's around you is, they did. You gotta understand something. They did. Some people, like in a couple years ago, just won a Nobel Peace Prize because they're saying reality is not local. You know what that means? That means that if you close your eyes, right? Close your eyes for a second and imagine something. Imagine, I'm not gonna say nothing materialistic. Imagine like you're at I don't know, you could see a field or something. Know what I mean? I imagine like a house there now, as if you built a house or had someone build a house there. That is non-local. That means that what you just imagined, just because it's not here doesn't mean it's not real. It's just not in this 3D perception right now. That means all this stuff around me, just because it's physical and I can see it and stuff, it doesn't mean it's necessarily real. What I'm saying is what you believe is more real than any of this around us type shit, know what I mean? It's just how long are you willing to believe that for it to materialize into this plane of existence? What you imagine can be real. This is why people put certain thoughts in your head to keep you from being able to think higher of yourself type shit, know what I mean? When you have a certain light, people can feel that. People can feel when you are capable of something. They can feel that. So they're gonna tell you something. They're gonna tell you this. They're gonna be like this. They're gonna be like that type shit, know what I mean? So what I'm saying is people with no imagination, when they see a blank canvas, they don't know what to put there. They need something there to keep them, you know, here to keep them sane or whatever the case may be type shit, know what I mean? If you see a blank canvas and you're able to create something, why would you not use that? Why would you let that be, um, let that go for the opinion of sheep type shit, know what I mean? It's not wrong with people, being people. That's what people supposed to do type shit, know what I mean? But you gotta understand what you're capable of and not let those people be you or drag you down from what you know you're capable of type shit, know what I mean? So I had to state that real quick. Like, you gotta know who you is and know not to allow these things to take from you before you even get it, because that's what's happening. Like, people can steal shit from you without you before you get it. This is why you gotta be aware of yourself, know what I mean? Know thyself. That doesn't mean just know what your likes and dislikes. That means know what you're capable of as a being that is a part of this universe. Know what I mean? Just because, like your body, right? You have limbs you can move. Just because you're not connected physically to what's around you doesn't mean you're not connected type shit, know what I mean? So when you think of these things that you want to manifest or shit like that, you understand that it's already there. It's like a limb type shit, know what I mean? It's just not physically in this, in your now moment, but it's there. And you have to figure out how to get it here type shit, know what I mean? You don't even, matter of fact, you don't even have to figure that out. You just have to think about it type shit, know what I mean? And know that that's what you're working towards and that it will be, because you have it in here. It's so much stuff. This is why knowledge is power. This is why they try to stop you from knowing certain stuff. I mean, knowledge is very powerful. You have to know thyself, create type shit, know what I mean, and know what you're capable of. This shit is, you know, it's not rocket science. I mean, it's you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. But you also gotta understand, like, you can't take in what's around you all the time type shit, know what I mean? What's around you is might not be real type shit, know what I mean? It's real, it exists, there's something to it, but it might, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to make it real for you type shit, know what I mean? What you agree to, you make real. So if you agree that you're this, you make that real for yourself. You agree that you're that, you make that real for yourself. What you want to do is agree to your greatest capability that you can do what you put your mind to. Know what I mean? You have to know thyself and know who you is. You have to speak life into yourself. This is why I think affirmations are so important type shit, know what I mean? And another thing, like I said, people could sense what you're creating, people know type shit, know what I mean? So you gotta understand the realm of content creation. There's other content creators that can tap into, not even tap in, they can see what you're doing. And they could copy what you're doing, but it could never really be what you're doing because only you are capable of seeing what it is and bringing it here. It won't be the same for them because you're a different piece of the universe that does that in its own way type shit, know what I mean? So it's important to know thyself and be able to see and not be used by what's here type shit, know what I mean? Be your own being type shit. So that's what I wanted to explain type shit, know what I mean? It's your boy Tay the Goat on the creative plane. Align your mind with divine type shit.